so excited for this video subject because it's so personal to me. I've struggled with this my entire life. But you know, James Sexton said that comparison is the thief of joy. And this is really true because we forget to be grateful for what we have. We forget to be grateful for the things that we have going for us. And especially in this day and age, it is so easy to look out into the external world and be like, oh, well, she's prettier than me. Oh, well, he has a nicer car than me. Oh, well, they have a better house than I do. Oh, well, they have a better relationship than I do. Oh, well, she's a better parent to her child than I am. And so I've done this so much, you guys. I've done this so much, and I was trying so long to figure out how the fuck do I stop doing this, because I was doing this to the point where it was really bringing me down and it was really affecting my self-worth. And I would always be in a place of like, oh, other people are better than me, so what the fuck is the point of even trying, because she's prettier, she's smarter, she's this, she's that. I spent my whole life like this. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is something that I struggle with today as well, right? But I think I've gotten better at it because I kind of understand where this kind of stemmed from and why I had this type of mindset in the first place. First of all, I want to say, first of all, we're all going to compare ourselves to other people all the time, right? But it's important how much you compare yourself to other people and whether you let that affect your life in a negative way or not. And here's the thing, here's what I want to talk about. So when I was 18, I got into my very first relationship. And before then, I have never been in a relationship before. I've never dated anybody before. The only time I observed relationships was when my friends went through high school relationships, which are not even real, you know what I mean? They're a bunch of bullshit most of the time. And then I would also watch a lot of rom-coms, you know, women love rom-coms, so I would always watch like that, oh, and then they fell in love and lived happily ever after, and it was like this whole Disney fairy tale bullshit story, right? And this was my view on relationships. I thought this is how relationships worked, okay? And I remember when I got into my very first relationship, very nice man, took care of me. But I would see on, for example, Valentine's Day or like on women's birthdays, right? Women make these posts on Instagram, right? Or wherever, Facebook, wherever, all the social media, they start making posts, right? They're like, oh my God, yeah, this is what my boo did for me. He loves me so much. And it would be a picture of like rose petals everywhere and the giant bear with the heart and all the cake and chocolates and the flowers and the I love you balloons, the heart-shaped balloons. And I remember showing those pictures to my boyfriend and be like, well, look, he did this for her. You didn't do this for me. You didn't do this whole grandiose thing for me. And then a few months down the line, I would see that that couple broke up. And so I kept seeing this pattern over and over again, where I would see people post all these grandiose, being so in love. I love you so much. You're my baby. You're my boo-boo. I'm going to marry you and have like 10 children with you. And then all of a sudden, a few months later, they break up. And I started to notice this pattern and I was like, huh. And the older I get, the more I understand how performative social media is. And I know everybody shits on social media all the time, and I actually feel kind of bad because I think social media has so many positives to it, but it also has so many negatives. And this is where my comparison stemmed from, the social media, because I was constantly seeing other people and what they were doing. And on social media, here's the thing, you guys, you got to understand that people on social media post their best moments. Because even if you go on my Instagram, which if you don't follow me, why? Come follow me, okay? Seriously, let's be real, okay? But even if you go on my Instagram and you see what I post a lot of happy things. I post a lot of good things, right? Life highlights, right? That's what I post. I don't post myself crying in bed at night thinking, oh, what am I doing? All of this is for nothing. Oh, what's the point of life, right? I don't post these moments. I don't post these moments when I'm sad and in a bad mood and just thinking, what the hell is the point of all this? You don't see me posting this, and you don't see most people posting this because nobody wants to air their dirty laundry, okay? Nobody wants to do this. So everybody posts their highlights. And the problem becomes, because we have our phone in our hand all day, it is so easy to just open Instagram and start scrolling, and everything's just in your face all the time. The best couples, the best relationships, the best clothes, the best food, the best experiences. People are living this whole grandiose life that's not even real. It's not real. It is so performative. And that's why, for this reason, I hate social media, because people post their best moments. People post their boo thing, you know, their other half, and then they break up, right? That guy is cheating on her. They break up in a few months. But yet when we look at this, when we look at these posts, we don't see this, right? We see their best moments. We don't see that this guy is going behind her back and cheating on her. We don't see that they fight a lot behind the scenes and they have stupid, annoying fights, right? But they're gonna go online and be like, oh my God, look at my boo thing. best relationship ever, hashtag love, hashtag blessed, but it's not real, it's not true. That's what I need you to realize. If you compare yourself to people on social media, I need you to realize that a lot of it is really fake and performative. It's done for performative aspects, right? Because all of us want to put a certain image on social media of who we are. But also, I once knew a girl, and this was a few years ago. I remember I was hanging out with her, and she pulled up a picture on her phone, and she started to Photoshop it. And I was like, oh, what is this for? And she's like, oh, it's for my Instagram. I post these photos, but I Photoshop them a bit, you know, kind of make myself look a little slimmer, right? I do this and I do that. And I was like, oh, and you can't even tell. That's the thing. Like, she would post these photos of her and you can't even tell that they're Photoshopped because it's so minor, but it does make a difference. And so this just made me realize how much we don't know that's going on behind the scenes. I need you guys to understand this. Everybody struggles in life. Everybody struggles with something, whether it's relationships, whether it's their eating habits, whether it's working out, whether it's how they look. Everybody struggles with these things. But if you get on social media and you see somebody wakes up first thing in the morning, right? They set up a camera, right? And they wake up first thing in the morning, their hair is done, their hair is perfect, they have makeup on already. I'm like, that's not fucking real. I wake up, I look like a piece of shit, literally. Dark circles, face is puffy, hair is all over the fucking place. I'm not waking up like, every morning. I wake up and I'm like, fuck this shit, because I hate getting up from bed in the mornings. I hate mornings. And so that is real life. That is what reality looks like, not what you see on this slide. Oh my God, so this morning, how much of it is advertising? All of it is advertising, you guys. And this is where I realized that my comparison stemmed from, because I would look at all these people online and I would see all this perfection, and I thought that there was something wrong with me because I didn't operate like that. I didn't wake up at 5 in the morning looking gorgeous, right? I didn't wake up that way. But these people are already like drinking their lemon water and they're meditating and they're doing their yoga, and they already read 4 chapters of their book first thing in the morning. Let me say this. When people do this, I mean, they are showing the perfect life. They are showing what the perfect life would look like. None of us are like that. Another angle that I want to hit with comparison is that you really need to pay attention as to why you're comparing yourself to somebody. Okay, because usually it's trying to tell us something, right? When we compare ourselves to somebody, that means they have something we want. And instead of viewing it as like, oh, well, they have it and I don't, so what's wrong with me? Why are they better than me, right? Instead of viewing it that way, we should view it as like, okay, they have that thing, they have it, I want it, how can I get that thing? Use it as something that will actually be helpful to you. Be like, okay, well, if you think that this person is smarter than you, okay, what makes them smart? What in your head makes them smart? And try to do that thing. Is it because they're in school? Is it because they have multiple certifications in something? Is it the way that they speak? Is it the amount of books that they read, right? These are all achievable goals. And if we take a look at things that we are comparing ourselves to, like people that we are comparing ourselves to, try to figure out why you're comparing yourself to this person. Are you trying to be smarter? Do you also want to be smart? Are you trying to maybe upgrade your look, right? Are you trying to have like a makeover? What are you trying to do? Now, to finish this video, I do want to say that there will always be somebody who's better than you, who's prettier than you, who's smarter than you, who's faster than you, and that's just how the world works, right? There's always someone better at something. Usually the prettiest person in the world is not the smartest person in the world, and the smartest person in the world is not the fastest person in the world, right? They can't run as fast. So there are things that we are all good at, and you need to focus on what it is that you are specifically good at. And if you want to improve in other areas of your life, you absolutely can, but try to focus in on what you got going for you, what's good for you, what works for you, what makes you feel good, right? Because even though somebody might be like a total supermodel, right? Looks gorgeous. And this is just an example, but this is what I've noticed. Somebody who looks like that, they have a very specific diet. They have a very specific meal plan. They have a very specific workout routine. And maybe they do some cosmetic procedures, right? Maybe they have filler. Maybe they had plastic surgery, right? But they have to keep up with this all the time. So you have to look at what matches your lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle do you want to have? Because to be honest, a gorgeous, like Photoshop looking person, a gorgeous person in real life, they don't look like that just because they just rolled out of bed that way one day. No, they actually have to put in the work. They have to work for it. They have to eat a certain type of way. They have to exercise a certain amount of times throughout the week or every single day. And so you have to really be honest with yourself and be like, okay, yeah, they look good, but am I willing to match that lifestyle? Do I want to have that lifestyle, right? And if you want it, great, work towards it. If you don't, then be like, okay, well, maybe I won't look like that, but I can always improve how I look. So that's a really good way of looking at it, because you have to realize that people put in work behind the scenes, and people don't look a certain type of way just because, right? Or people don't have all these achievements and they're smart just because, right? They probably spent a lot of time reading or studying or writing or anything. Find your strengths though, you guys. That's the biggest thing. Find what you're good at and be like, yeah, well, you know, this person's good at this, but like, I'm good at this, and I feel like I'm better than that person at this, right? Because we're all better than one another at different things in our lives, right? I just want you guys to not let this affect your entire life in a very negative way, because I know how that goes and I know how painful that can be. But you guys, that's my video. I love you so much. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.